Number 10. DeLorean Motor Company. The DMC DeLorean is a rear-engine, two-door, two-passenger sports car manufactured and marketed by John DeLorean's DeLorean Motor Company for the American market from 1981 until 1983. Designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro and noted for its gull-wing doors and brushed stainless steel outer body panels, the sports car was also noted for a lack of power and performance incongruous with its looks and price. Though its production was short-lived, the car became widely known when featured as the time machine in the Back to the Future media franchise. An estimated 6,500 DeLoreans are still on the road. Number 9. Saturn Corporation. The Saturn brand for GM was an ambitious project. It was launched as a different kind of car company in 1990 with its own unique models built at the brand's assembly plant in Spring Hill, Tennessee, and no haggle prices. It was a promising brand that opened its account with decent sales figures, but not quite the success that was expected. It looked like Saturn would be sold to the Penske Automotive Group in 2009, but the sale fell through, and GM announced the end of Saturn in 2010. Number 8. Packard. This was once the pinnacle of American luxury. Lincoln and Cadillac owe their prestige to its passing. This luxury image would prove vital to sustaining the brand, even through the Great Depression. Only when they began introducing mid-priced vehicles did they run into problems. They simply were unable to compete with the big three in a mid-priced market. Price wars among the big auto corporations, and a dangerous merger with Studebaker drove the independent manufacturer into the ground. Number 7. Pontiac. It is another brand of General Motors. Pontiac was positioned as a less expensive option to a higher-priced luxury vehicle. With famous models like the GTO and Trans Am, Pontiac became a fast, dynamic, muscular road racer in the late 1950s thanks to pioneering management. In the 1970s and 1980s, fuel shortages and safety issues hampered the image of this vehicle. As a result of this, the brand suffered a slump and was eventually phased out in 2010. Number 6. Edsel. The Edsel story is one of the biggest commercial failures in the car business, even by today's industry standards. In the late 50s, Ford launched the Edsel, an upscale brand they based on Ford and Mercury models they planned to compete with Oldsmobile and Buick. But when they officially presented the car in 1959, people were puzzled. After promising sales in the first few months, the interest of buyers simply disappeared, so Ford struggled to sell the Edsel cars. In 1960, after just 2 years on the market, Ford killed Edsel. Number 5. Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile was one of the oldest car companies in the world. They founded this legendary brand in 1897 and discontinued it in 2004. Over the years, there were over 35 million cars they produced under the Oldsmobile name. And more than a dozen of their legendary nameplates are valuable classic cars today. The Oldsmobile brand was also famous for its inventions and new technologies. Number 4. Hummer. One of the most iconic SUV brands of recent history, Hummer started its life as a military vehicle, the Humvee. GM purchased the brand in 1998, and the Hummer H2 hit the market in 2002. Celebrity endorsement boosted the appeal of the Hummer as a go-anywhere invincible vehicle. Sales peaked at 71,000 in 2006, but high gas prices and the 2008 GM restructuring doomed the Hummer's fate. Consequently, the brand faded away in 2010 as part of GM's bankruptcy filing. Number 3. Studebaker. Perhaps one of the most famous of the defunct car brands, Studebaker was funded by blacksmiths of German descent. This family, the Studebakers, made their first electric car in 1902, their first gasoline car in 1904, and quickly built up a reputation for good quality and reliable cars. Despite managerial trouble, they managed to survive the Great Depression and produced innovative car designs throughout the 1940s that would influence other producers for decades. Price wars between GM and Ford nearly destroyed Studebaker in 1953. They managed to prolong their life by 13 years at Packard's expense in a disastrous merger. Number 2. Mercury. Established as Ford's answer to Buick and Chrysler in 1938, Mercury was always about producing an upscale version of Ford products. Concentrating on the luxury market, Mercury was the link between economy Ford and upscale Lincoln products for decades. However, with the changing car market, Mercury was not profitable anymore. So, Ford made the decision to kill the brand in 2011. Number 1. Plymouth. Starting in 1928 and ending in 2001, Plymouth is still quite common on American roads. This company started as an economy car brand for the newly founded Chrysler Corporation, which produced luxury models. However, they needed an affordable brand. During its production, the Plymouth became famous as dependable models with nice designs. Apart from building countless family sedans and wagons, Plymouth was famous for its performance cars, especially during the 60s and muscle era. GTX, Roadrunner and Barracuda were some of its most memorable vehicles, as are the Voyager minivan and Prowler sports car in more recent years. The last Plymouth was built in 2001. This channel the top 10. Thank you for attention. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.